Hola.
Hola. It's the two amigos. It's not the LXV show. Live from Madrid.
I'd love to be in Madrid right now. I don't know if I would. I don't know how safe Madrid is
Yeah,
right now. But
I think we're probably more safe where we are, Josh, actually. Evening, Hodor, you massive mountain of man. And that's coming from me. How was Josh then? Dripping, leaking juice by the look of that there.
Yeah, I just squeezed it. Like that's the only issue with the tripod, because the way it clicks together.
Oh yeah.
So, like, it's got this is almost like a separate top cap. And
right.
Like, sometimes if you just like, there's an O-ring in there, but sometimes if you squeeze it down, you sometimes just get a little bit of liquid around the rim, and it does my head in. Everyone just tells me in the chat just to like in the Atmazoo chat just to change the O-rings. They're like, yeah, just put the new O-rings in, it stops. I'm like, yeah, I will at some point.
Hello, Tracy. Hello, Michael. Hello, Sherry. Hope you're all well and living the dream. As you can see, it's just the Vinny and Josh show tonight. We think our colleagues may be a little chicken shit or just can't be asked to come on. Either way, you're stuck with me and Josh.
We're the main two anyway, Vinny. We're the ones that everyone tunes in to watch.
Well, I'm glad you said that and not me, Josh, because you can get the flack for that and not me. But quite right as well. Very, very true. Pinky in the brain.
Yeah, people tune in to give me abuse, and I
don't really know why to tune in to watch me, Josh. I've never understood it.
What else are you going to do on your Friday night?
That's a good point. Not a lot other than drink. That's not necessarily a bad thing. A good thing. Oh, living the nightmare. Oh,
Josh Baby's face there.
Yeah, Josh likes that comment. Evening, Keller.
Somehow not as incriminating to just agree with what you said. Yeah.
I'm not getting my ankles out tonight because I don't want cramp again. Like hell. Anyway, I hope you're all well. It is me and Josh. We have got some segments lined up with just me and Josh.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we will pad furiously and try and give you some sort of entertainment for the evening.
We're always entertaining. So I keep reaching back for my beer. I don't leave it on this table because there's too much expensive stuff around that I will spill my beer and I will break stuff.
Yeah, I'd do that. Although, still not dropped it. The Rage Nation still not dropped it.
It's beautiful. Let's see it in all its glory, Vinny. A bit close up. Let's see it in all its glory.
There we go. Finally got it looking better. It came out with some gunk from the machine and still in the engraving. And it's taken about 8-9 washes to get it all out. But now it's popping. That's looking really good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. To answer your question, Gary, I don't think me or Vinny have actually ever owned a billet box between us. That would be Andy's department, but Andy's not been on for a good few weeks. He will be back to us at some point. But I know a lot of people out there love the billet box.
Yeah, I'd quite like to get hold of one and have a play. And I see today that Vapers Cloud have released their version of a billet box, haven't they? I know Bogan and Grim Green did a live together last night and started flashing it off. Obviously, they didn't read the NDA they both signed.
Yeah, but do you notice how often I've noticed Bogan does that. He's done that a couple of times. And I've noticed Grim's done it a couple of times as well. I know when the new Aegis came out, the latest one in the box, and I know Vic came on our show. He's like, I can't show you this yet. And on the live on the live the night before that Grim was on, he just got out of the box. Went, oh, this is the new one. Yeah, we'll get to that. Like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But they're not going to fucking tell Grim Green not to review their fucking products, are they?
Whoever flashes them at first gets the most views. It's simple as. Yeah. Whoever gets that first review out will get the most views. That's why they do it. Just completely ignore the NDAs.
Yeah, they're almost not worth the paper they're signed on half the time nowadays, are they?
Not really. Half the time we don't get paper to sign them on, you just agree it. Yeah. Evening Kev, evening Haley, evening Christopher. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a Vapers Cloud Doppo collaboration. It's supposed to be. It's getting hyped up to hell. I know Brian Harrison was flashing it today. I can't remember the name. Give me 1 second. I'll even show you the picture of it, hopefully.
Thrilling, entertaining, Friday night streaming.
Pad, Josh, pad.
I've got nothing to pad with, man.
I ain't got nothing, man.
I ain't got nothing, man.
I can't even find the chuffing post now. Oh, it looks quite nice, though. Ah, there we are. It's going to be called the Abyss AOI.
AIO.
Yeah, AIO. It's not a great picture.
Oh, I quite like the look of that. It looks like a side-by-side.
Yeah, if I turn it, it's going to flip. It looks really nice, but it's, yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture of it online and download it for the chat.
Johnny! My original Gimp-Hat. I got sent this after doing the auctions recently because I said I didn't have a King's Custard hat. And Lee Winks from Team Rogue very kindly posted me one out. Lovely chap.
Oh, you're loved, aren't you, Vinny?
So I have another new snapback to join my Wii collection. I actually quite like this one. It's nice and firm, and it actually fits my noggin, which makes a big change with a head like mine. Evening, Murray. I hope you're well, bro. I haven't seen you for a while, Murray. Evening, Sean. Mr. Overkill, Johnny, you're doing a live tonight, buddy, aren't you? At 11 o'clock. I might tune in for that. We'll have to get Johnny back on, actually.
Yeah, we would love to have Johnny back on. Johnny's welcome on the show whenever he wants. Johnny's a right laugh. We like Johnny.
Yeah. I need to get an Overkill. Really do need to get one.
I spoke to him about getting one after the show, and I was going to sort it out, and then...
And your TV broke.
Literally just spent a bloody fortune on other stuff. Unexpected, yeah. Yeah, kids, I say kids. Yeah, people, when you're decorating, put your TV down. Lean it up against the chair you've just moved to paint, and the wife decides to sit in the chair and knock the TV over onto a table and smash your TV screen. Wasn't happy.
I just want to give a big shout out as well. One of the auction lots that we did was from Killer Vapes, and I'm vaping some of their lemon tart at the minute. It's nearly as good as mine. It's really, really good. I'm glad to stop vaping this after that. And I opened it today, and the bottle's nearly empty. So that's how good it is. They've got it well balanced. It's not too sweet, not too lemon, not too pastry. Really nice. Simon.
You're not just for auctions, Vinny. Not just for auctions.
Vinny for life. I quite like that hashtag. Vinny for life. I hope you're well, Simon. You're a very, very generous man. Very generous.
Luckily, Chris, I work in a TV shop, so I did have a brand new TV very quickly. I'm not going to be in a lockdown with a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old about a television.
Hell no, Jesus! Imagine that. No. Good Lord.
So I just took the opportunity to buy the TV that I've been looking at for the last 6 months anyway. So
the one you really wanted to buy but had no reason to buy.
Yeah, the one that I was like, I can't really justify that. I was like, I can get it now, sweet. Simon, is that your lemon tart? Is it, Simon?
Simon is Quick Vape. Yes, it is absolutely. That's spot on. It's first bottle I've opened, Simon. So yeah, I've got the others to sample, and then I'll do the review. But that is, I say, it's spot on. It's as good as mine. It's not released yet. Whenever it will be released.
That's high praise. That's high praise, Simon.
It's really, really nice. I love a lemon tart. Tarts in general.
And they're hard to get right, man. I've vaped some that, like I said, lemon can taste like toilet duck.
Oh, that's really nice.
You get it wrong.
Really nice. And I am doing it on the Rage as well. So it's through series power, so it's nice and warm.
Series power.
Tell you, when you're mixing the two, you're going from hitting a series and then going down to a tiny little mouth-to-lung pod. It makes things interesting. You don't want to hit them the wrong way, that's for sure.
Well, I've got 5 devices on the go, and every single one of them between 45 and 40 watts. So they all vape pretty much similarly.
Stack, Odin at 150, and then a mouth-to-lung Geek Vape bar. Geek bar, even, not Geek Vape bar, it's just a Geek bar.
Yeah, Simon, I'll when I can find my phone, I'll hit you up, buddy. Definitely. I'm always up for trying new juices. I've got.
Thanks for tuning in, Kev. I hope your shift goes well, buddy.
Yeah.
Night shifts. Not for me.
The graveyard shift, man. The graveyard shift.
Cannot do night shifts. They just totally hammer me. I can't sleep in the day. I can't sleep in daylight at all. But yeah, Simon, for the first bottle, I am super impressed, buddy. Super impressed.
Sweet. I'll find your Vinny's friends list and add you up, buddy. Definitely.
But yes, right then, Josh. What are we going to talk about first? Since it's just the two of us, we could pretty much keep it actually to vaping for a change.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, do you want to do a little recap on your little live of the night, because you didn't have those pictures available, and you're talking about that geek bar that you're actually vaping.
There's obviously the petition that I mentioned within it as well that's trying to get devices like this banned. I'm not going to go over that too much again. I'm just going to concentrate on this device. This device, it is by Geek Vape, but it's called Geek Bar. Completely disposable, but 93% recyclable. And it actually is recyclable. Josh will just pop up the pictures now conveniently of one taken to bits, and there you can see the innards taken out of it. The actual only bit that they say you can't recycle, and that's because of the toxicity of the nicotine, is actually the pod tank, which is only 2 mil. So it's actually a tiny part of it that you can't actually recycle. Everything else can be recycled completely. How easy it is to take to bits, I don't actually know. I'm going to be doing that on the review, and I'm also doing a live with Jabs, the UK distro marketing manager for Geek Bar, on the 10th of February. I think that'll be in the Vape Plug group. He's going to show us how to dismantle this. I think it's relatively easy because there's a big lip on the bottom, and I think if you try to push up on it, it'll just pop out, and then the whole thing will just come out like that. But yeah, poor Sherry's just done a stretch of night shifts, bless her. Fellow nurse in Sweden. Yeah, can't do night shifts. But yeah, really, really good. Really good. Quite impressed. First mouth to lung I've actually enjoyed vaping, which says a lot. And it's got me back interested in mouth to lung vaping as well, because I'm not getting moaned at for setting off the smoke alarms in my house. Because I'm using these virtually all the time I'm in the house.
Mine just don't go off. Yeah, like I vape all the time.
We've got the crap ones that are actually set off by the vape. Not because you can get the good ones that are just their heat, they go off with the heat, don't they? Thank you for tuning in, Simon. Talk to you soon. What? Oh, right. Jesus. I thought he'd been robbed then, Simon. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, and I'm sure Josh will be in touch.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be in touch, Simon. I'll give you a very honest opinion.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, brutally honest.
I think that's the way to be, though, isn't it?
Actually, we could use Simon to do what we was talking about.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout. Actually, we'll be in touch, Simon. We've got a little part we might like to add to the show, and maybe you can be our first willing victim.
You could be our guinea pig, Simon.
Yeah,
the LXV then, and you'll still get my review. So we'll speak to you. I will. Yeah. I love it when a plan comes together.
randomly, yeah. The other thing I saw this week, I'm not going to play the news bumper because, it's I've not really prepared this bit of news, but so obviously the hot topic this week that I've seen in a lot of chats is obviously, and again, it's from our brothers and sisters across the pond, the whole vape mail ban that seems to be coming in. So it was USPS and FedEx.
Completely banning from next month, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
End of this month.
And that doesn't matter if you're a business, if it's personal, you will not be able to ship vape products. I mean, you could probably get away with it as personal because you just don't mark it down as a vape. But obviously, if you're a shop, you have to have an account.
But as you and me both know, Josh, there's certain companies in America that post things out like this and describe them as tube samples.
Yeah.
So there is little loopholes, but it's going to be a nightmare for them. I know HDNE, Vapology, Leon is shutting down.
Well, that's that. Yeah. What's that really?
He's selling off his Manhattans and his Exos crazily cheap at the minute, and he's completely shut them down. Vapology, no more HDNE, LDNE.
Well, it's LDNE now. It was HDNE, and then they had a problem with that, and then they changed it to LDNE, didn't they? But it seems crazy that no one would just come in and buy that design off him, though. It's such a.
I'm really hoping it does, especially the Exo, because it's one of them. It's one of my unicorns. I'd love an Exo.
Yeah, the Exo's a cool mod.
Yeah, it'd suit me in my hand as well because they're quite big, aren't they?
Yeah, they are quite chunky.
It's just the US, Simon.
It's just
the US.
It's just the US for the minute. Just the US for the minute. Obviously, we don't know what will happen, and I don't see it. I don't see that for coming over here. Like, strange, but they won't. But they still won't export it from those companies. Still won't export it out of the US either.
No, because they've got no way of. Yeah, the companies will have no way of getting it to the airport without using them companies, unless. I mean, the ideal situation would these companies would all get together and create their own courier service.
Yeah, I think it's easiest.
I know the logistics would be a nightmare,
especially in somewhere like America, as the place is huge. But there could be a way of doing it. There might be ways around it. It might be expensive, but but yeah,
sure.
I think,
Good question. I don't actually know the answer to that. I don't think anyone would take it if it was actually marked as a vaped device or juice. I don't think anyone would take it.
When you send stuff from here via Royal Mail, it gets transferred to USPS in the States.
Yeah,
which is their version of Royal Mail. It's their just standard postal service. So yeah, if it got there and it was marked and they discovered it was a vape product, I don't even know if they'd send it back. Probably go, you can't be sending this. It would technically be to them. It would be a I can't think of the word now, but
once it gets to them, it's an internal mail, isn't it, for the country?
Yeah.
So they'd automatically pick it up, and I think they'd probably just bounce it straight back to you, especially if it was marked as vape devices or liquids.
They probably wouldn't bounce it straight back to you. They'll probably get an email going, right, you sent this device. If you add that, you might not even get it back.
Well, yeah, you might have to pay for it to be shipped back.
Technically, it could go to them and, well, this is a contraband product to us, so actually we'll just dispose of it.
Yeah, stored or destroyed. Yeah, probably. Oh, Keller's in America. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So yeah, feeling a bit sorry for our brothers and sisters across the pond, but they've been.
It's the vendors, the vapors, the manufacturers. It's gonna hit everybody so hard. So hard. I mean, like I said, there will be ways around it, but it's going to increase the cost massively.
Yeah. Like I said, I can see a lot of companies jumping ship.
But this was announced in December as well, so they've had time. Whether some of these companies in America thought that it was just going to get turned over or it wouldn't actually come in, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't. Sean, to be honest, if it's your wood things, you'd probably get away with it by describing them as something else.
Yeah, you just describe it as a stand. Do you know what I mean, or an ornament or something like that? They're not going to know what it's for. I think it's mainly just, mechs, regs, juice, RTAs, RDAs, any juice.
You could quite easily get away with saying it's a build stand for some sort of modelling hobby or something like that. Or it's woodcraft, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's not. And
you probably get away with shipping cotton and coils and stuff like that, and batteries, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because
wire
so Keller said they can't ship batteries. They struggle to ship batteries anyway. I mean, we do over here. You can't send them over Royal Mail anymore.
But Royal Mail don't like sending liquids either. But people still do.
Yeah.
I have countless times. I just don't say it's liquid when you hand it over at the post office. I don't say it's liquids.
Yeah. I mean, I do that even if I send a vape device. If I send a mech, they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's just a metal tube."
Yeah, I say it's a cigar case.
Little things like that. So I never really.
I think I craft cigar cases. It's great. It's like, can you show us one day? I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm into cigars. I want a custom cigar case. Like,
I'll get on eBay and buy one. But yeah, it's a sad time. I mean, I don't even know if this was Biden's doing. I think this was coming before Biden had been put in office, hadn't it? So we can't even blame old Joe for it.
Old stuttery Joe.
It's amazing how many people. I still can't understand how many vape advocates were pushing people to vote for him. I didn't think it was Biden, Keller. I didn't think it was.
I think in the next few weeks we're going to have to get an American-based guest on just to.
I know our old friend's quite keen to come on.
Yeah, no, the rabbit?
Yeah, I think we might have to bring Rabbit in.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
He was going to jump on my live yesterday, my first Vinny's Vents. He was going to jump on that, and I was like, "No, man, I've got this. It's a UK thing. It's not."
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have Rabbit back on. Like, just one to chat to Rabbit, and two to and two to get a bit of an update from someone that's in the States about the States. It's always good to hear about what's going on across the pond, because at some point it will directly affect us here.
Well, yeah, we're not going to be getting American devices. Quite simply, devices, liquids. I had a brief chat with the guys from Immortal the other day, suggesting they need a European base. Whether that's something they'll look into or not, I don't know, because they can then ship the mods from China to here and cover Europe. But obviously, they're not going to be able to then get them from here to the States or from China to the States. So,
well, I'm sure they'll still be able to bring them in somehow. They're just not
who's going to carry them from the airport, though, Josh?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You'll have to get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, or collect it yourself.
Yeah, that's it. You're going to have to fly them into your closest airport and go, right, well, this is how we arrange it. It goes there. We come and collect them and go from there.
Yeah, it'd be good to see some of these companies pulling together and working something out between themselves. But unfortunately, we all know that probably won't happen.
There's still too much infighting in this world, unfortunately. So,
yeah, and that's a potato we ain't going to go handling again. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed last week's show. I know it was, shall we say, a tad on the controversial side, but it wasn't as well. It needed to be said, and there's been a bit of flack, a bit of hassle back from it, and a bit of backbiting. And to be honest, as the LXV, we don't really give a flying hoot.
We take it all on the chest.
It was done because it needed to be done. And people in the vape industry try and scare around those issues. We won't. We won't ever do that. So, yeah. After watching it back, I felt a lot better than actually watching the show. When the show was going on and things were getting said, I was in a state of shock. But watching it back, I feel a lot better after I'd actually watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, I think the show took a bit of a I'm not going to go into too much. No. We were a bit shocked, and I think it just took us all a bit by surprise. And it sort of chucked everybody off their flow a little bit.
Me off. Yeah. Well, I went to the stream, you know. I'm so pleased I didn't.
Cavity searches for vape devices. Is that how 2021 started? Is it? Mate, those hogs.
Sorry, Josh.
I was going to say those hogs are going to go up in price, man. Try and find something. trying to find someone. Can you get a hog in? It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you, dude.
Vape mules. Who's volunteering? This one's shipping to the States.
Like devices like this will become all the rage, man. Nice and tiny. Like,
but they're in Europe, Josh. So you're laughing.
They are in Europe, mate. In fact, I think every single product I'm using currently is European or Filipino. Currently, or Chinese, because Lost Vape. I'm using the Centura, so that's definitely Chinese. But everything else, yeah, European.
I need some Filipino in my life, definitely. I shall have to have a thing. Yeah,
I've got some Filipino.
Pepperoni, I've got one of them left.
I might buy it just to annoy you.
No, don't. That's a Zippy thing, Zip. You can't do that, mate. Zippy would do that.
Arguably the most expensive mod on the table, and it's got the cheapest RTA on it as well. It's a £400 mod with a £25 RTA on top. I feel a bit wrong, really, but.
Sherry, I always drink Pepsi Max, my love. I drink it by the gallon. And unfortunately, Pepsi still haven't contacted me about my sponsorship deal. I am available, Pepsi Max. I will just say other cola drinks are available. But it's a strange old world out there, isn't it, in a minute? I mean, obviously there's a virus and we're not even going to go there this week because I'm sick to death of it. Completely sick to death of it now. And then in the States, and then here, with everyone starting to question what our TDP is going to look like, and we're not going to be in TDP. That has quite clearly been announced that in April, TDP will not be British law. It will be I can't remember what the acronym is now. Completely separate one. But we could finally get rid of 2 mil tanks. Yay! Bad news is the tax is coming.
The tax is always going to come, though, and I think we've got away lucky enough for so many years that it hasn't just come in. So, we've got to bite the bullet with that one.
I'm just going to interrupt again, Josh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sean, I've told you to let me know what you want, and I will send you something. Sean's Pico died. I haven't got a Pico, but Sean, message me, and I can sort you out, mate. I've got so many devices sat doing though. I can send you just about anything you want me to send you. But yeah, what does that mean for the UK vape scene? What, Chris? The TDP thing or the American thing? Clarify your question, and I shall. Oh, we shall.
You want a wicket?
I haven't got a wicket. No. I'm not sure. If I had one, I'd probably send it to you because I wouldn't be using it.
I've got wickets. I'm not selling them though.
Nearest thing I've got to them is nowhere. It's nowhere near it.
I've just pimped this one out with a little bit of a new tube and a new button set.
The TDP regulations, Chris, it means we're not entirely sure. Basically, there's a lot of stuff up in the air that is currently being debated. There is a tax coming in. As far as I know, it's going to be on nicotine only. That is what we're trying to get. The 10ml bottles that are pre-nicotined will be gone. So you'll be able to get 100ml bottles pre-mixed with nicotine in. I believe they're also going to heighten our nicotine strength. So we can go up to, I think they're pushing for 30 milligram now, which I'm not entirely sure about. I don't think we need to do that personally. 2ml tank restriction will be gone as well. Thank God. I think they're going to go to 5ml. There's lots of things being debated around it. We just got to wait and see. At the end of the day, we're going to be paying more for things, but we're going to get our way a little bit on some things as well. I have got a contact as and when he leaks more information out to me, I shall leak it out to you guys. So, yeah. Oh, wicked. I love that, Sean. Nearest thing I probably have to a wicket is my Fatal. And that's nothing like a wicket.
I'll be honest with you, man. There's not another mod like a wicket. It's a very clever mod. I mean, I know I bang on about how good the wicket is, and I've got 3, so I just fucking fell in love with them. Pardon my French, but just amazing little devices. You know, they're only DNA or Dicos, but just the build quality. You know, some people laugh, go, "Yeah, quality, handmade in Serbia," but you know.
Did the RDTA die as well, Sean, or not? Because I have got what's a Grus, a Lost Vape Grus that I could send you, and you can use that until you get something sorted. That's quite similar, but it's 21700. Although I've got an adapter. I've handily got the box right next to me as well. That was handy. That shows you how lazy.
There's quite a few like cheap devices that I've looked at recently that I think about picking up. So the Foxy One looks like a really good device for like 45 quid. I really like the look of I can't remember the Paradox as well. Like, have you seen the Paradox? It's got that side-fire trigger squeeze.
Fallout, isn't it? EC1 basically, I believe. Is that Paradox?
No, it's not Fallout. It's one of the bigger Chinese manufacturers. I can't remember. Aspire.
Ah, okay.
It's one of their prestige range. So, like, you know, the mixes in the prestige range where they team up with another company. That's who it's by. So it's
single coil RDTA as well. I might struggle there because I don't single coil.
Like that one, Murray. Just absolutely stunning bits of kit.
Drop me a message later, Sean. At some point, I'll see what I can dig out. Just looking over my shoulder, I've not got a great deal on there because I've still not put it all back out.
I haven't got much at the minute, unfortunately. So I'd quite happily sort Sean out with something.
Oh, but I'll give him a device. It's just a tank I may struggle with because I don't do single coil.
Oh, I'm sure I can find Shawnee something single coil.
Can't have you going back to stinkage, Sean. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find you something, Shawnee. Not a problem, mate.
Yeah. And happily do it after your support for all our auctions and everything else you've done for us as well.
Well, this is the thing, man. You guys support us, we support you back. You know, if you're in need, we'll look after you. If we, you know, obviously if we can. If you've got no devices, we'll fucking sort you something out because, you know, I know there's plenty of people who've been there. It's like, shit, my device is broke. I literally can't afford to buy one. But I can, you know, I can't afford to spend 40, 50 quid on a device or fake. But, you know, they'll quite happily go and spend £15 on a packet of cigarettes because it's the cheaper option. And it gets them their nicotine hit, which we don't want. So
I know I've got an old school limitless RDTA kicking around. I don't know if you can single coil them, though, because the coils go either side of them big, massive build bars. See you later, Haley. Hope your shift goes well, honey. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I've got some Street Steam Crave RDTAs as well. Aramizer ones. I've got them kicking around. I don't use them either.
So surely, I'm assuming you like quite like a restricted DL, like I like at the minute. Like, you know, a sort of slower, longer, like hotter, slightly warm draw, but intense flavor. That's the way I like it at the minute.
He's using a goon. God, an old school goon, 22mm. Too much vapor for you. Oh, bless you, Sean. We'll try and sort something out, mate. We will, as a collective. I'm sure we can do something that's not a wicket.
You're definitely more than welcome to my mix, Shawnee, if you want it. I've got a mix you can have. I'm happy to donate that to you. If you're not too fussed by a side by side, I can get this one posted up to you, buddy. Like I'm sure I can find a tank, but we'll find something.
Definitely.
Yeah, the goon is super airy, man. I went back to a goon the other week after I had a massive love for the goon. I was like, shit me, this has got so much airflow.
I have got a mouth to lung RDA somewhere. The pirate. I don't know where the hell that is. I haven't seen that in a long while. But that might suit you better, Sean. And you can single coil it. Chris is a big fan of the mix. I know Chris has a mix.
Yeah, I really like the mix, but to be honest with you, it doesn't come out that much. It's just sort of like a meh. Like it's a nice little device. I like it. It wasn't that expensive. You know, it was sort of my first side by side, I suppose. I wanted to sort of see what side by sides are all about, and I like side by sides, but actually I prefer just a.
It's got an Aramizer there, but he hasn't got out to put it on. What size tank does the mix take, Josh?
Up to 24.
That's bigger than that.
Yeah.
We will sort you out, Sean. Anyway,
sure. Just chat with us after the show. We better not chat with it about the whole show.
I don't know, Josh. It put the content up quite nicely.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did indeed. Yeah. Should we do? We're almost 40 minutes in, Vinny. Should we go into a Josh and Vinny cool wall, which could literally have no deciders because it could just be I like it, you hate it, or the other way around.
Then we'll go to our leaguers in the chat.
Yeah.
But we must just say on this core wall, out of all these selected on the core wall, only one is one of our choices.
Yeah.
And that's mine. So, yes, we shall do the core wall.
Yeah, let's do the core wall.
It is a 24. Okay.
Yeah, yes. Surely I'm happy to sing you that mix out. The thing is, it just depends how tall it is as well, because obviously it's got to be tall enough to screw down and actually vape it. So, but we'll sort something out, buddy. We'll sort something out, no problem. Yeah. Anyway, let's do some cool wall, I suppose.
Yeah.
That was really loud.
Yeah. I just very quickly turn my headset down then.
That was really loud. So anyway, cool wall. So we've got some interesting devices here. Like I said, apart from one device, all of them were nominated by the other panel members who aren't here. So
guys.
Cheers, guys. Yeah. I'm just going to start at the top and work our way down. Why not?
Yeah.
So we'll go with this is Paul's suggestion, Otaku's suggestion, and I think this took me and Vinny both a bit by surprise when Paul suggested it. But it is and this is one for people that I think a lot of people have used this tank before. So let's have a look. So it's the Horizon Tech Falcon.
That's a nice picture, that.
It is a very nice picture. Yeah, none of us took it. That's for sure. None of us took
it. They changed the game a little bit with this tank, in my opinion, because it was the first stock coils that wavered away from traditional cotton in the coils. They used evening coloring. They used a combination. I can't remember what it was. It was seagrass or something like that in the cotton, which helped with wicking. I absolutely loved it. And then when I reviewed mine and used mine extensively, I did declare it was going to kill Smock off.
Yeah, and then they just never really did anything else.
No, well, the other tanks that came out after that were just pale imitations of the original. The coils got worse, and the tanks got more outlandish in design, and people stayed away from them. But the original, if you're still looking for a stock coil sub-ohm tank, is a cracking tank, and you can pick them up now for about 15 quid as well.
Yeah, they're not expensive at all. You know, if you want something that's just gonna see you through the day, inexpensive, good flavor for a sub-ohm tank. I never owned one, but again, I've tried one a few times. Really good flavor.
And you didn't need massive power either. I think it was like up to 70 watts.
I also think, if correct me wrong, it was one of the very first sub-ohm tanks that heavily went into mesh coils.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
And I know there was a few. There was that, and there was another one that was really popular around the same time. And there was always this argument: is it the Horizon Tech Falcon, or is it the
what was it?
What was it? You know what I mean as well, don't you? And I can't think of the name. But yeah, there was two really popular tanks, and a lot of people had this debate over which one was better. But the Horizon Tech just seemed to be everywhere. That Falcon just used to seem to be everywhere. Like,
I remember the X dropped it, and it went nuts. People were going nuts for them. And by the time I got there on a Sunday, it sold out like 3,000 units.
I mean, I will say this as well. I mean, look at it. It's clever packaging as well. I mean, packaging will sell a product. And when you look at it, it's really individually packaged. It looks really smart. It's a nice looking tank. It came in a variety of different colors. There was lots of different options for it. It was just a nice looking bit of kit, really, for a sub-ohm tank. I'm not going to go, oh, look, a sub-ohm tank, that looks nice. But
I think it was the Toledo 120, Nick. It might have been the Freemax, Michael. It could well have been the Freemax.
That was it. It was the Freemax. Yeah, that was the one. And everyone was like, what's his better? Is the Freemax better? Or the Freemax Mesh Pro, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
the Freemax Mesh Pro or the Horizon Tech Falcon. And yeah, they were just everywhere.
That expo was crazy. That was the last one before the pod scene went mental. So Horizon Tech timed that perfectly because they just hit the market and they went. And I think the pod scene could have also had a knock-on effect with the success after that. The live I'm actually doing on the 10th with the Geek Bar people is the old Horizon Tech people. So, yeah. We shall see. So what do you reckon then, Josh? The original Falcon?
I'm going to go cool. I think it's a cool tank. I kind of feel really bad to put a sub-ohm tank in Sub-Zero, but
I don't think it's Sub-Zero. It's the only there's one sub-ohm tank that I can think of off the top of my head that I'd maybe consider, but I'm not going to say it because we may well do it one day.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's cool. It's high cool as well. It's not even in Monty. It's high cool. It's not.
Yeah. It's high up. It's out of Richard Hammond's reach. Or should we say out of Andy Bohane's reach? Because he's the shortest one amongst us, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yes, Colin, I'm doing a live with Jabs on the 10th of February. I don't know if Jabs has announced that yet. I don't know who else is coming on with us, but I'm definitely doing one with Jabir on the 10th. Around these beautiful little things. No, listen to me, I'm calling a closed pod a beautiful little thing.
So you go with cool as well. I think we're putting that in a solid cool.
Definitely a solid cool.
And guys, if we get a decider tonight, you are more than welcome to we'll take your votes into account. So do put your votes down, how you think it is. If you think the Horizon Tech Falcon is this dog shit, let us know. If you think it's an amazing device, let us know. If you think it's
I'll just state again, it is the original one, not the ones after.
Yeah, but the original and first Horizon Tech Falcon. Yeah. Cool. Well, that goes cool. Let's move on. I think this is your one, Vinny. I'm assuming it's the QP Fatal mod.
Yeah. The thing I like about this is, one, it's as light as a feather. It is so light until you put the 21700 in it, of course. Two, they give you so many different wrap options for your battery wraps. You can show off your favorite vendor wraps, things like that. Three, there is fuck all voltage drop on it, unlike the Gruss. It hits as it says it hits. Four, the design is it's so comfortable in the hand. It's a superb device in the hand. And I just really like it. It's very QP design, if you know what I mean. Because obviously the Fatality and the Violator, they're really stylish. Excuse me. And they followed that on with that mod. I know it was quite expensive when it first came out, but I also know now you can pick one up for about 40 quid new.
Yeah, I was going to say a certain retailer the other day had them cheap with an extra 25% off with editor basket. So, you were getting one pretty cheap. So, yeah, you can pick them up.
Yeah, because when the first came out, it was about 140 quid, I think, wasn't it?
Well, they did two versions, didn't they? They did the acrylic version, which I think was about 110, and they did the stabwood version, didn't they? Which had the stabwood sleeve in the battery cap, which was more expensive, but I don't think it was as cool because actually I quite like the fact you can put, like you said, the different wraps in it and stuff like that, and you can change that design up. You can go, oh, fuck, great, change it up, and it always looks different. That's what I quite like about it.
Yeah, you can individualize it, and I know you can actually change the buttons out and things like that as well on them. But I've never ventured that far with it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it was built to have a fatality on top, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, that's what it was. It was built to put. That's why it's called the Fatal, with the fatality on top.
Unfortunately, my bills need more than 100 watts.
Yeah. I think when I watched reviews of it, I think that was the only criticism of the mod. It's like it needs more power.
Yeah.
Like why can't it be a 125 or you can squeeze that out of a 21700 just about.
The limits then, because obviously Gruss tried to do that, and they originally said that was going to be a 120 watt device, and then they released it and it was already down to 100, and then with the voltage drop in it, it's even less than that when you try to use it on full. So it's pushing the limits of the batteries, but it is possible. But yeah, I just like it. If that's what I intend on running a mouth to lung tank on, now I've actually started to enjoy mouth to lung vaping. When I find my K fun. Sorry, Chris, in the chat. I'm not giving you my K fun now. I want to try and use it.
What K fun is it, Vinny?
I can't remember. I got it off of Taku.
Oh, it's a K Fun Light Plus.
Yeah.
2019, the one he bought off me.
Yeah. We have a habit of circulating things around ourselves, don't we?
Yeah, the one he got off me, yeah. And then I actually think he bought it off me, and then he sold it to somebody else, and then he bought it back, and now it's gone to you.
Did I get it off him? I'm not sure if I did get it off him now. I can't bloody remember. Yeah, I won't use it at 100 watt, Colin, from mouth to lung. I'm not that. Well, I am that stupid, but I won't do.
Hardcore Nick salts, baby. Just
20 milligram, 100 watts. No, I'm not doing it, and no, I won't do it live.
I remember the first time I tried Nick salts, and and my mate had some, and he had it in a little. It's almost like a little sub-ohm, like a sub-ohm tank, but. He's like, try this 20 milligram Nick salts, and just smashed it up to like 50 watts. I'm like, yeah. I'm sat in the pub, like in a pub that we're allowed to vape in, a local pub of mine. And then I went, oh yeah, oh hold on, and I literally had to hold onto the table. I'm sat on one of those bar stools at this height of that, holding onto the table. I was like, man, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's really good. Like, not saying that it's good to have a head rush like that, but yeah.
I tell you what, when I first did one of these, I was like, ooh.
So anyway, votes on the Fatal by QP. Again, I'm going to go high call just because I haven't had chance to actually try one.
The only reason I wouldn't put it sub-zero is that power thing. I would like more power because I do like power. No surprise there, really, given my history. But yeah, I want to find my K front now.
You are correct, Nick. Your XR did go around LXV as well. I bought it originally from Ariel at an expo. Ariel sold it to me at an expo, and then I had it for a long time, and then I sold it to Paul. No, actually, I didn't. I sold it to somebody else, and then Paul bought it off them, and then I think it went to Matty, and then I think it went to you. So yeah. That's what happens though with vape devices. You know, they tend to get passed around the same circles.
I've never ever even hit an Exile.
Oh man,
I don't even think I've held one.
Well, I know Paul sold mine when he bought my other one off me, my acrylic one, which was my baby. And again, I bought that direct from Ariel at an expo. And yeah. Beautiful mods. Here, if you want power, they are power mods. So sorry, we got lost again. We got lost again. You took that down and I put it back up. Yeah.
Evening Facebook user, can you give pop out and give StreamYard permission to use those? Because we haven't got a clue who you are then.
Yeah, whoever's just put evening boys. I know in Facebook it will show you your name and everyone will see it, but we can't see it. So
I know we are live in quite a few groups across Facebook tonight. Hello, Facebook.
Oh yeah, and Zippy had it as well. Yeah, I forgot about it. But yeah, so we're going to think a solid call on the Fatal by Keeper.
A solid call. I'll settle for that.
Cool. We've got a mech mod next.
Really?
We've got a mech mod next. I don't know who put this up. So, I believe it's a broadside admiral.
It was Zippy that put this up.
Okay.
I've never owned a broadside at all. Sorry, I'm having some technical issues right now. I've rather stupidly installed Xbox Game Pass on my PC, and it's my son's ID, and I'm getting all sorts of notifications for it, and I didn't know it was still on.
Yeah, I've never owned a broadside.
I should. My first ever mech was a clone broadside. Not proud to admit it, but it was. I don't even know what happened to that. But yeah.
Chucked it in the bin, hopefully, with the rest of the clones.
I think I probably did. I probably did. I did have a massive purge of them sort of devices. Oh, evening, NG.
I always really wanted a Brizzo. I really liked the look of the Brizzo, but at the time I was on a certain other team, and and I actually could have got the Brizzo at a pretty good price because of the team I was on. And I just thought I can't do it.
Because I stopped at the retail outlet, didn't it? Because I was very tempted as well.
Yeah. So. And I know the Brizzo didn't actually have the most amazing voltage drop, but I remember watching a live with Mr. Battery Mooch himself. I love Battery Mooch. If any of you don't know Battery Mooch, go follow Battery Mooch. He can be a little bit boring to watch, but some of the shit he does is fucking awesome. And if you want to know anything about battery safety, proper voltage drop tests, I mean proper voltage drop tests,
kit just to set it up to do it is
it's incredible. And he did a voltage drop test between the grip, the Brizzo, and the slam piece. So these were the three big sci-fi mechs at the time. And the grip came out smashing everything. The Brizzo came in second, and the slam piece came in somewhere way down there.
What I actually really liked about that was obviously he did it in that very meticulous way with all that machinery. He got the same voltage drop test answer as I got when I did mine on the grip.
Yeah, but he does it. He does it so meticulous.
It's clinical. That's what it is. It is exactly by the book and exact. And the way he works is amazing. Mooch is the man.
Mooch has done so much for the community and battery safety, and if there was an award for fucking person that had given a shitload of like he that was his job before. Not doing that, he did other stuff. But he was like, well, I want to make sure that this industry is safe. I want to make sure the batteries we're getting are safe. I want to make sure this is safe, and I want the vapors to know what's good and what's not good, and just to give up your spare. He did it for a lot of time, just to spare time, which is just amazing. So love Mooch, Mooch.
Evening, Gav.
So yeah, get on the show. I wonder if we could talk Mooch to coming on the show.
Oh, that's up there with getting green on for me. Getting Mooch on, to be honest with you, that would be an amazing thing.
I reckon Mooch is a lot more approachable than Grim.
Yeah.
Not saying that Grim's like that, because Grim's an awesome, lovely guy. I think Grim, what you see with Grim is what you get with Grim.
Yeah.
But I know he does. He doesn't do shit for free. So.
Yeah. No. So, yes, the Broadside Admiral. We've both never owned one. That's the hard thing here. It's a tricky one. I don't want to put it uncool because I think that's a bit harsh.
No, I'm just going to put it as cool because I know a lot of people out there like Broadside mechs. If I get a chance to try one and it's bad, I'll honestly come and say it needs to go down. If I think it's amazing, it needs to go up. But
the before mentioned, not original version that I had actually did hit quite well. But that literally was the first mech I touched, and it was with really cheap, nasty coils as well. Not nasty coils, but a random pre-made company ones, which was gash.
Yes,
but it still hit quite well.
I'll just say hello, Matty. Hello, Craig. It's nice to see one of the Vaporonians in.
We'll have to get Matty back on as well.
Yeah, Matty. We'll definitely get Matty back on. I know Matty's.
Because I was on holiday when Matty was on, so I wasn't really on my game there.
Yeah, I know. Matty's had a bit of a bad back recently, so he's been a bit quiet. Matty, you still doing the Saturday night Vaporway? I haven't seen the notifications pop up in a while, so
yeah, I hide a background of Saturday Night Vaporway because it's my moving out with my kids, and when it's watching something I really don't want to watch, I just get a single earpiece in and just sit there with it on my phone.
Guys, if you haven't checked it out, go check out the Saturday Night Vaporway with Matty, Mr. NG Vapes. There, it's a really good show.
It is.
It is a good show. We like to promote other shows on our show.
We're just that kind of people, Josh, aren't we? Really.
That's it.
Very approachable, very kind, not controversial in the slightest.
No.
Ignore all the drama llamas and things like that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them about again at the moment. It's quite interesting.
There is indeed.
So the next device, Josh, what have we got for the next one? I think
we're just going to go with cool. I'm not going to slate a mech that I don't know, and I'm not going to go, yeah, that's amazing.
Like I say, I enjoyed the version, the styled one I had. So yeah, I'll go cool as well.
So I'm assuming this is Zippy's choice, and this is an RTA, and this is the Vapers Cloud Dreadnought.
It was Zippy's choice.
Well, I was just assuming because I know Zippy loved the Dreadnought for a very long time.
This also did take the Falcon coils, didn't it?
It did. So it was an RTA that you could change out. You can make it a sub-ohm tank, and with a
very clever because that utilised that very, very good coil in the Falcon,
and it made it a huge tank.
Yeah.
So in RTA mode, it only held 2 mil. I think in sub-ohm mode, in like sub-ohm tank mode, I think it held like 10. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So. I bought one at an expo. I was at the expo and I bought a Stormbreaker off Andy, and everyone was banging on the Dreadnought. So I went to Evo and I bought a Dreadnought, and I asked for a black one, and I didn't open it. I was like, oh, I'll wait till I get home and open it all up. And I got home and it was a fucking silver one, and I was pissed right off. And I built it, and for me at the time it was too restrictive. Yeah. Now, I think if I owned one now, I would absolutely love it. But again, for me, it's too restrictive with a massive drip tip.
Yeah.
I think when you're going down to that sort of restricted direct lung, like, I mean, you look at the kind of drip tips, they're all tiny, like they're all 510, actually quite narrow bore. Because you have something that's too wide on it, you lose a lot of that flavor, which you're trying to get. Drip tips make a huge difference to your flavor. A lot of people probably go, they doesn't. They really do. They really do. So yeah, I think now if I owned one, I would absolutely adore it. Maybe if I could put a smaller drip tip on it.
Actually, Craig just made not Craig, sorry. It was Colin, our friend Colin. It was that good it wasn't bought by anyone. It didn't seem to be overly popular, actually, did it, really?
I know a lot of people. Broadside, sorry, we're going back to a previous one, but Broadside were one of those companies that a lot of people seem to have, but nobody I know ever used to seem to own one. I know Zippy owned an Admiral, and I think Andy at some point definitely had a few Broadsides.
It was one I'd like to have had, but there was others I'd prefer to have.
Yeah.
I think that's the way I looked at Broadside. In hindsight, I kind of wish I had one side of my collection.
That's one of those it was one of those mechs that was around the same time when Purge got really massive.
Yeah.
And, and they sort of took the market by storm, and everybody that was into like high-end collectible mech mods had Purges. It was the way it was.
Jordan was the Broadside captain, wasn't he? Was it Jordan?
Yes, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Caparel.
Yes.
Yeah, Jordan Caparel. Yeah, Jordan was. Yeah.
Because we could blow some pretty impressive clouds of it. He was good at cloud comps, really good.
Those Americans are far too good at cloud comps, man.
Crazy builds they use.
I use crazy builds.
Yeah, you do it as well.
I used to use crazy, but I can't blow clouds like that. Like fucking those Americans, man. Cloud comps, dude. They just fucking kick ass.
All I've got to say is I want a cloud comp using a pulse. That was crazy. Absolutely.
Like when you used to see this whole crazy world of competitive vaping, I hate to say it like that, but it really was like it was huge.
Yeah,
it was huge.
It did in this country.
Yeah, but out in the States, it was something else.
Yeah.
And they're not the same anymore. Like, but you used to see videos of these meets, and there'd be hundreds of people there.
Yeah,
just
to enter.
Yeah,
and
but the prices were huge.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
if you were good enough, you could probably go around the country making a living off doing that shit.
I know our friend Justin Moon run the UK like a league, wasn't there, at one point before it all collapsed? And there was a crowd comp league that was quite big, but obviously underground in the vape scene, and the vape scene being underground then. But that was quite competitive. It went all around the country.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, but so we got off topic. Back to the Dreadnought.
We still got off topic.
Yeah, well, back to the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought. I think like the idea was great.
Yeah,
single coil RTA. Change it out for a sub-ohm tank if you're feeling lazy. Like, if you were literally there, you're like, do you know what? I really can't be asked to build, or I haven't got any coils. Like, and you got a packet of and like I said, you utilize a good sub-ohm tank coil as well, like a good stock coil in the Falcon coil. Like, great little backup. I never used it in that mode, but.
Come on, Josh, where you putting it? Stop skating around the issue.
I'm going cool again. I'm going
cool. Now we've got to go to our league because I'm going uncool because I thought it was fugly.
Yeah, it's not a good looking tank.
It's a horrible looking tank.
Bubble glass on that is not good.
I'd never used one. I will say that, but I'm just going off looks alone. It's not a pretty tank.
Well, on looks alone, it's ugly because you've got that hideous bubble glass. You've got a drip tip that doesn't actually fit all the way to the edge.
I'm trying to touch my screen to try and show you where I mean. It's that top half that I don't like. It just looks.
But I thought the idea was fantastic.
I tell you what, it reminds me. It looks like the adapter you put on the end of your hose to attach onto the tap.
A quick lock.
Yeah,
a quick lock. A hose lock. A hose lock.
that goes on the end. Definitely, that's what it reminds me of. And it's just ugly. It's not nice. I mean, I love the Fatality, and I fully admit that's not a good-looking tank. When you've got the bubble glass on, you stick the straight glass on, it looks nice. But yeah, it's uncool for me. So we're going to go to the leaguers in the chat and see the first one that says where they're going to put it to split me and Josh. We'll have the casting vote.
Well, Sean's already said was always disappointed with Vapers Cloud products. We've got a good suggestion from Sean, the OBS engine for another week. Very popular tank.
Yeah, it was. The coils in them were immense. Absolutely immense.
Come on, leaguers, one of you.
Caked up with bloody sucrose, they still give good flavours. There you go, Sean Soup. Uncool. Thank you, Sean.
All right, goes and uncool. Goes and uncool. Done. And then we'll move to the last device of the evening. Is this a 150?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's the... yeah, it is a Sigelli. That is everyone. That is a Sigelli 150, isn't it?
Yeah, Sigelli... I can't remember what it's called now. I'm pretty sure it is. I just realised that the company logo is all over the front of it.
Yeah, jfvape.com. We'll shout out random companies because we accidentally put their name on the live stream.
I am available for reviews.
I kind of want to Google jfvape.com now.
JF Vape, it was 3F Vape.
3F. Oh, it was 3F Vape. Yeah, sorry. That makes more sense. I know that company.
Bog off now. I've never owned it. I've never owned a Sigelli product full stop.
No, I've never owned a Sigelli product. Put it in the crusher. It's too good for that. If it never had the bit jutting out the top, it would look okay. I think the leaguers is just deciding this one for us, to be honest.
Yeah. Is it going to go into the shit bin now?
Was this Chris's suggestion by any small chance?
No, it was Zippy as well.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, there was 3 from Zippy, 1 Attacker and 1 me. Now, Chris has been unwell. That's why Chris isn't with us tonight, and I hope he feels well soon. He's down in the dumps and feeling sorry for himself.
That's why diabetic and you smash a box of milk tray, isn't it?
To be honest, I don't think it's related to his diabetes.
No, that's what I was joking, but you know, I have to make jokes about him, don't I?
Every now and then I've got to defend him. He puts up with a lot of my moaning, does Chris? But yeah, leaguers, the Sigelli 150 TC or TC 150. It's ugly. I'll say that about it. It's not a looker.
It's fugly.
Josh King. Yeah, fugly. Fugly. You can't talk when you're vaping on a series.
Because your voice goes really low as you exhale the vapor.
Mine can't really get that much lower either. Evening, Josh. Sorry, yeah, I hope you're well, Josh.
Yeah, even Josh.
But yeah.
We're going to let you leaguers decide this one. I think Sean's put in a pretty good case.
I think Sean's put up a damn good case. Although he's been kind of said uncool up there.
Why is it vape only comes out one nostril?
Go on, Josh.
I just have sinus problems. I've always had sinus problems, so I get this.
That's freaky. But I remember that time you did it and it actually came out of both.
Yeah, occasionally my nose sorts itself out, but I've had like 3 operations on my nose to try and sort it, and none of them have really worked. So yeah, it sucks. Like, I'm used to it now. My wife calls me Darth Vader because I just like because I'm a mouth breather.
You were exactly the same. I'm a mouth breather, Josh. Josh King has exactly the same issue. So, Josh, you may well have sinus issues, my friend.
Yeah, like it took me probably 2 years of heavy petitioning my GP to get my first operation. and they did it. I was like, it's worse. so I went back, and yeah, it's just never. I've been like that since I was a kid, really. And then I broke my nose twice. I like to say I broke my nose twice, being manly, getting into fights and stuff. But no, both times I was ice skating.
In Lycra.
Oh, in Lycra, yeah, in Lycra.
Is it just a Judas thing? Craig, I love you. Craig, you're ace. So yeah, I think we're gonna go. Is either Sean has actually put uncool purely because the bin's too good for it.
Sean said put it in the crusher. The bin's too good for it.
Ew. It's not a nice looking device. It looks horrible. Yeah. I think on that point alone, I think we should just put it in the shit bin.
Yeah, it's going straight in the shit bucket.
Yeah. And we all know nothing comes back out of there.
No, Josh, we're not bidding for shit now, Josh. He's just put that up. He's so used to auctions. He's just like, 20.
It feels like that's all I've done for the month of January is auctions.
So in the shit bucket. Stick in the shit bucket.
Thank you, Zippy, for the nominations, and then been too chicken shit to come on. They're all at it now. There will be an LXV auction at some point in this year for our last one for our other charity. Now I'm bidding. What's going on here? Fucking 100. I hope my wife's not watching. I'm not bidding on anything, dear.
No, that was me.
Oh, that's tickled me.
Give you 50p for it.
That sounds like a Sam Wilson bid.
It's a really good bid, that is. I think we're winning that, Vinny. I think we're winning that.
You can have it, Josh. I don't want it.
Okay. Get me your wallet out.
Pick one of your expensive RTAs on top of it. I'm sure it'll look fine.
Nah, mate. Nah. I'm sure I've got something super shit to go on top of it,
Oh, I'm sure we could find. Oh, I could think of something.
I think next week what we should
RTA.
I think 1 week we should all vape on our worst vaping devices and just have to sit for a whole show and see how much we vape on our most the worst vape devices we physically own. See how pissed off we get with them.
I think I've offloaded most of them. Sorry, giving them away.
I might just go onto some of the groups and find the worst devices I can find, and get them shipped out to each one of the LXV panel, and that's what they have to vape that night.
Oh Lord! The FP on top, the full pick. I actually had the FP. I haven't got it. I gave it to my mate. I actually quite enjoyed the FP, but it's the only RTA I've had where I preferred putting in a humongous single coil and vaped it on a series mic mod. And I actually quite enjoyed the FP like that. I actually quite like the RTA, but like I say, I gave that one away as well.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I've got one here. Don't need to get me one of them. I've got one.
Sadism in the vaping community with Vinny and Josh. Drag Nano, worst vape I've ever used except the CE4. Oof. Well, you're bringing out some absolute bangers there, Tracy. Some absolute bangers.
Drag Nano was... I'd add my pod with that because I thought they were shit as well.
Well, I remember Zippy got one. Zippy loved it. He was like, this is great. And I was like, this is fucking shit. They were still for sale for everywhere for $9.99, and they still couldn't sell the fuckers.
They're still getting plugged to hell on Insta as well.
I think people just ended up giving them away as freebies in like fucking like, oh, you spent 20 quid for us, here, have a free device.
Oh god. Grown-up things. We are qualified grown-ups. We both have wives and children.
We do. What was the mod with the electrical circuit drawn on it? Oh. What I want is an iJoy Capo with a twisted message cubed RDA. That's what I want.
You don't see square RDAs, do you?
No, because Twisted Message thought he was doing something. Yeah, let's try this. It didn't work.
No.
I've got a lot of respect for Ken. A lot of respect for Ken. Like, he's an amazing coil builder. Actually, lots of his other RDAs are good, like the TM24 and the TM24 Pro and stuff like that. They're really good RDAs. The cubes, no. What are you doing? No, leave it.
The one with the electric circuit on, was that a Druga? I got a feeling that might have been a Druga.
Oh,
it might have been a Druga.
I'm about to destroy all the flavour on every RTA I've got by drinking this can of beer.
What flavour is it?
It's Imperial Kirsch Chocolate Cherry Stout.
Ooh.
Weighing in at a nice 13%.
Apex RDA, thoughts? Apex makes some lovely looking stuff. I've never actually owned an Apex. They did come to me for a review ages ago when Apex first launched.
We're on about the Apex, the British Mechmod company, yeah?
Yeah. Vapor only started stocking Apex. Apex are back.
Did they do an RDA?
They've done an RDA now, yes. It's recent.
I need to see this. Is it on the...
Josh? Yeah, it's quite nice. The RDA looks really quite nice.
Give me 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Yes, and they've done another 21700 mech as well. They look really nice, Josh. I've not had one. I've not had the privilege of getting one. Yeah, the pictures are on Vapor only. It might not be on the website, Josh. It might actually be just on the group or Apex. Hitting Vapor only.
Oh,
yeah, it does look quite nice.
No, I've not seen it. I was just going, ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
I'm not actually sure where they've had it made or anything. I know who it looks like it's been made by, but I can't possibly comment because I'm just assuming.
I'll go to Apex's site.
But yes, it is very nice looking, Josh, and I know you've been drooling over it on the Vaporonians group.
Apex Mech Mods. Oh, what one is it? What's it called?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it the Altitude?
No, that's an old one, isn't it?
Is it what, like the squarey looking one?
Yeah, that's an old one.
Altitude.
Oh no, that might be the new one though.
Yeah, it's like yeah, they did that. This isn't round like they do a mini Altitude as well, 18350 with like a skull button on it.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks nice. Can you see what I mean when I say it looks like I know who made it? Oh
yeah, I can see exactly what you mean. Oh, let's have a look at there's an RDA. Let's have a look. Well, they've got the Pinnacle, I'm assuming it's called. Yeah, the Pinnacle RDA.
Yes, that's the one.
Sorry, I know I'm being boring off cam, but I'm on cam. You can still see me, but oh, okay. So it's got like a Alton wall in the middle.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I mean, that should be an absolute flavor banger with that wall in the middle. I'd just be afraid of melting it. That's a big airflow, though, isn't it? That looks like a Rogue.
Yeah,
it looks like a Rogue. Like that does, like that whole looks like a Rainmaker Rogue.
But it's that bit of Alton could be a game changer. But like I say, it depends on where your coil placing is. I'd be very wary
Yeah, you'd have to. It could be tight, but I'd be interested to try it. I mean, obviously, at the minute, I'm not really vaping a huge amount of RDAs, but it looks interesting. It looks very interesting.
Different. Yeah. It's not run of the mill. It's not just your standard RDA. They've gone out there a bit on a limb with it, I think, and fair play to Lee Hodges for doing that.
I'll tell you what, though, I love plain RDAs. I love non-branded, plain stainless steel, like or whatever RDAs. No branding on it at all. They look so sexy.
Yeah, clean.
Me, like,
clean.
Yeah, super clean. Like, don't get me wrong, I love things like the Apocalypse, and they're all branded and they're very. But sometimes it's just nice to have things with no logo on. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, like I had a Hadion, which I loved because it was like that.
Yeah.
Great. You know what I mean? I love that. Just like it looks proper high end and classy. Like, why, if it's good enough product, why does it need to have?
I really regret I got given a Hadion in a trade deal, and I never even used it. I just traded it straight off. I really regret that now.
You wouldn't have liked it.
No, but perhaps now I may have done. I'm desperate to try a decent mouth to lung RTA, so I will.
The Hadion was definitely direct lung. The big issue the Hadion had was it got hot, like, and it had that tiny little drip tip.
Yeah,
and that would get hot. So, like, and I was struggling. So I think for me, even then, it needed a lower, like a higher resistance build, like lower wattage, and just. So I'd love to get one again, and I love the look of the hat. It's not cheap. It wasn't cheap. It was like I paid full price, like 90 quid or something like that. I'll tell you what that RDA looks like. I'll tell you exactly what that Apex RDA. It looks like a high-on QSA.
Yes.
It looks like a high-on QSA. That's exactly what it looks like. Like the whole shape and design of it looks like a high-on.
Yeah. I knew there was something it reminded me of, and I can picture that completely.
High-on QSA, yeah. I mean, I had one, and that was a fucking banging RDA. Flavor on it was insane. But again, the airflow on it was tight.
We shall see. It'd be strange to get the RDA and not have an Apex mech to fit on. So I'll have to see.
Yeah, I need to probably get a few more RDA. I've still got. Obviously, I was never going to sell all my RDAs. I've still got a few kicking around down there, but I just haven't picked them up. I know that, like, I know I picked one up on the show the other week, and you're like, "Go on, Josh, hit a mech," and I hit a mech. Like, oh, that's nice. And as soon as I show for this, like, I don't want it. I put it down and vape this again. So
you see, I don't hide away from the fact I use a lot of my fatalities. I have 5 of them, and I do like RTAs now. But I do, when at home, I mean, all this week I've been off all week, and I've just been pounding the death out of it. And yeah, so perhaps I will go back dripping more than I did do. And obviously I use drippers and things in my juice reviews and things like that. They'll always be there. For me, the ease of use of a good RTA far outweighs the messy dripping to get a very close flavour into an RDA.
See, like, obviously you all know for the last few months I've just been banging on about how good this RTA is, a tripod, and it's not for everybody, but it is just like the flavour, like even at, like, say, what's this, 42.5 watts. That sort of longer, slower draw, and it sort of builds up, and the warmth gets in your mouth, and the flavour's all there, and it's like the flavour sort of encompassing rather than going straight down, and you almost miss all the flavour, like on your tongue and in your mouth.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. Like this, it's almost like it's almost like I mouth to lung it. It's like a mix between the two. You're still sort of directing it, like direct lunging it, but it's in your mouth longer to get that flavor in there longer. Does that make sense? I know that sounds odd, but
you actually have to work to get the flavor. Whereas
and like, I've discovered so many more juices that I like. I mean, I used to be a massive just hit me with the desserts in the face now, and everything I'm vaping tonight is fruit based.
Yeah, I go through, but I've started to do that as well, though. Until I got sent those Cornish liquid ones, and man, they're good.
I'm on these tonight, all 3 of them, and they are absolutely incredible. Whoever mixed these is fucking clever.
I think that's Sam Harris at Oxford Vapers, isn't it?
Whoever mixed those is an absolute mixologist genius because they are absolutely perfect.
Does it say who makes them on the side, Josh? I think that's Oxfordshire Vapers. I'm sure it's Oxford.
I'll probably say on the bottle, I'm sure, on it. Let's have a look. It just says, obviously, jackrabbit.vapes.co.uk, Cyber Rabbit, Angel Household, Whitney, Oxon.
Yeah, it is.
But, like, whoever mixed these knows their shit.
If Sherry's still in the chat, she'll know if it's Oxford Vapers. She's an admin on their group.
And I've just mixed up all 3 bottles, and I can't remember which flavour was in which. No, the Xenon was in that.
It's a Cyber Rabbit, Sherry.
It's just absolutely incredible. Fall in love with it, and I will buy more of it, lots more of it. No, the Argon was in that, and the Neon was in that. Like, just incredible. And I have to say, I loved it. I love this branding. Absolutely love these bottles as well. Like, that's just a really good. Like, it's adult, but it plays sort of into that. It's got that sort of. Everyone says, "Oh, it's Donnie Darko."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's clean.
It's Oxfordshire Vapers.
It's clean, but it stands out, and it's just whoever mixed it did an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sam Harris. Pretty sure.
We don't have enough love for the people that actually fucking take the time to balance these juices, do we? Does that make sense? Like, you pick them up, you go, I like this, but you don't think how much time went into actually mixing that flavour and getting it right.
Now, Sherry, we could take that comment many, many ways there.
Oh no!
Oh, we've got a juice out of problem. That would drive me nuts if that comes off. Oh, look at that!
It doesn't come off. I just snapped it.
Oh shit!
That's my steam tuner's cap as well.
Oh no, man!
I'll get in touch with him. That's like a £40 cap, dude.
Oh Jesus!
Oh well.
And that's not a design feature, I'm guessing, George.
No. Look, so this bit sits inside.
Yeah.
You can see that sits inside, and that's attached, and that screws onto the top of the tripod.
Oh heck!
So that's actually just snap clean off.
Blimey!
It tastes good though.
We don't advise doing that, people, if you've got nicotine in there. Jesus.
Come on, you've all done it.
No, that won't be volleyed over the next door neighbour's fence, Josh, because that will need to be replaced by the company because it's quite an expensive aftermarket piece.
Yeah, made in Greece. I will get in touch with them, or I'll just buy another one.
Quick release design. Oh, I love it, Sean.
It's all right. I can just put the standard tripod cap back on it. So
he has options, people. We're okay.
Where, Vinny? Pad, Vinny, pad.
I can't pad. I'm useless. So
I'm just trying to find my tripod boxes. So one of them's got the top cap in. Yeah, that one.
It had to happen live on the show, did it?
Oh, mate, like seriously, I've been using that all day. To be honest with you, that top cap is PMIE, and the juice I've put in it is a citrus-based juice.
Ah.
But they do strictly state on their website that it shouldn't affect it.
Well, you're covered then, aren't you? That's mad.
I think I might have just put it down a bit hard, but
don't incriminate yourself anymore, Josh.
Well, I don't know. Steam tuners in Greece, if you're watching, I know you're not.
I'll add them to the tag when I put it on YouTube.
Oh, mate. Well, do you know what? I love Steam Tuners products. I've got quite a few of them. And
yeah, I know you do.
I wasn't expecting that. And a lot of people, their quality is usually phenomenal. It's probably just wouldn't take much. And I know that cap the other day I had, that wasn't that one. It was a different one. That's fine. I was going to say the other day I had my normal tripod and I put some, what's the fucking dead man's hand juice in it with the with the glass pipette, and I managed to drop the mod fell over while the pipette was in it, and the pipette cracked off, and I had glass just floating around in my tank.
Nightmare. That is the problem with them pipettes. But I do actually, I love the glass pipettes, the old school glass pipettes.
Yeah, I still vaped it.
Yeah, you're not going to inhale the glass, are you? So
just took it out afterwards. I'm not emptying that tank. That's about fucking. It's about 2 pounds of juice in there. Like,
stop the glass, man. I can vape that.
It's dead man's hand, man. It's expensive. So I'm not emptying that. 2 pounds worth of juice in there. Sorry, folks. Just oh man, my hands are covered in juice.
I'll tell you what, Josh, that actually seems a natural point to end the show because we was starting to get a little struggling on the content.
Yeah, I mean we've done an hour and a half, just me and you, Vin. Like
it's flowed really quick, really. If I'm honest,
it's felt really good tonight. It's been nice just to
the JT and the VT show.
Yeah, it's been nice not to have any driftwood on the show, really.
Boom.
Oh, the boys are going to kill me, aren't they? They're going to be in the chat and going, "You, what?"
Josh, they won't watch it.
None of them are watching it. None of them are watching it. So, Oh yeah. No, that's going to. I've just put 2 different color O-rings on it as well. Look. Oh, that'll do.
I kind of like that. But
yeah,
I don't like matchy, so
that's how I'm going to rock it. Yeah, if Paul was on the show, he'd be killing himself right now. What are you doing?
At least it said driftwood. I'd have gone deadwood. They won't watch, Nick. It's fine. Don't worry.
You're driftwood on the LXV show. Oh, I can't believe I just broke that.
That must be good. They'll replace that, Josh. No,
yeah, they will, mate. They will. But do you know who I am?
No. On what show?
Good. Good, you don't know who I am. Good.
Right, while Josh is cleaning his hands, we will say goodbye and I shall end the show. You may see us before I manage to end the show. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing completely, Josh. Can tell it's been a while.
That was a pretty quick. That was a pretty quick costume change, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bet your hands stink though.
So luckily I've got a sink right next to me in a minute, so I'm just going to wash them.
Right, so goodbye, Josh.
Goodbye, Josh.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will be back next week. Much love to all. Keep safe, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.